So the big pieces of information that we're going to talk about are inequalities. So I'm going to draw an inequality on a graph, and then I'm going to have to figure out where's the solutions to this inequality. So I'm going to do some shading. It's like a number line, but I'm using the coordinate plane. So here's the pieces of information that I need. Less than, did you know that less than makes an L? Greater than is going to be an open circle on a number line. And on a coordinate graph, it's a dotted line. If it is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, that's a closed circle. Which is a solid line on a coordinate graph. So today we're going to talk a lot about dotted lines and solid lines, or dashed and solid. A dashed line means that the numbers on the line are not included. Solid means that the numbers on the solid line included. Okay. When I have, let's see, the shading, let's talk about the shading now. Less than or equal to, my shading is going to be to the left or below because it's less than or under. If my graph says greater than or equal to, my shading is greater. My shading is to the right or above or higher. So we have to draw a y equals mx plus b line. I have to figure out whether the line should be dotted or solid. And then I have to figure out where to shade on my graph. So we're going to do example 1. But I'm just going to start off by actually graphing it and not doing all of the, because it tells me to start with y equals. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to start right here. My slope is 1 over 1. My y-intercept is -1, which, 0, -1. So here we go. Begin at -1 on your axes, y-intercept. Then rise 1, run 1, positive slope. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Reverse it, please. Down 1, left 1. Down 1, left 1. So, I'm not ready to make a line yet. I have to talk about this. Right here, it says less than or equal to. Is that a dotted line or a solid line? Solid line. So now you have my A-OK to make a dark solid line through it. Every ordered pair on this line is a solution. And I'm going to shade and find more solutions. Does this say less than or equal to or greater than or equal to?
Less than.
It does. So I'm going to shade less than. Shading less than is under, below. So I know I put left, but it just depends on the angle of the line. But this, underneath the line, less than the line, lower than the line. All of these points in my purple shading are solutions to this y is less than or equal to x minus 1. So let's pick a point that's in the shaded. How about easy? 1 comma negative 1. Let's prove that it is a solution. I shaded it, so hopefully it's a solution. This is x equals 1, y equals negative 1. Negative 1 equals x, not equals, less than or equal to 1 minus 1. Okay, so is negative 1 less than or equal to 0? Is negative 1 less than or equal to 0? Is that yes or no?
No.
Negative 1 is less than 0. Look at my number line on the wall. Yes. It's negative, yes. So that means that it's in the shaded region. It's a solution. I'm not going to pick 4 like it says. I'm just going to pick 1. You don't need to pick 4 test points. All right. Turning the page. This is y is greater than x minus 1. Okay? My slope is still 1 over 1. My begin is still negative 1. So the line's very similar. Begin at negative 1. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Please go to the left so I can see some of the negative, and go to the right. Reverse it, please, always. All right. Is this going to be a solid or dotted line? Dotted. Or you can say dashed, whatever you want. So it's a dashed line. So you just kind of like make little spaces in between it. This dashed line, the points on the dashed line are not solutions. Okay. Oh, you can hardly see it. I'm sorry. Shading. It says, what's that say? Greater than or less than? Greater than. Shade greater than. Doesn't greater than mean above and higher? Here's above and higher than the line. So it looks good. Moving down, guys. Let's do example 3 and example 4. So example 3, A and B, look, it's the same line, but I gave you different shading, and one of them's dotted and one of them's solid. So let's do 3x plus 5. Negative 3x plus 5. Begin at 5. My slope is negative 3 over positive 1. Down 3, right 1. Beginning at positive 5 is way up here. Down 3 over 1. Okay. Should I have a dotted or solid line for part A? Ooh, it's dotted. Dash, 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 dash. So I ask myself, is the line solid or dotted? And then I ask myself, do we shade above or below? And what do you guys think? Are we shading above or below? Because this says less than. Less, left. Sure. I can absolutely zoom in. There's my shading. The only places that are ordered pairs, not on the line, because the line is dashed. That means not included. Just the shaded parts after the line. And you know the shading goes on forever and ever. You understand that, right? That it's way over here too and off my paper, and because it says less than. So less than the line. Below, under, left. Less than the line. And if you're unsure, pick a test point. And if the point works, then it's in the shaded area. It's a solution. Okay, part B, same line, guys. But it's solid. And the shading is greater than. So shade above, because it's more than, greater than. Above the line, higher than the line. So you're thinking about, if I have a line, where's above the line? Where's below the line? Where's higher than the line? Where's lower than the line? And if you're not sure, you pick a test point. If it's a solution, the test point's going to be, yes, that's true, it works. Okay. All right, 4A and B. Ooh, these are straight lines. Which is vertical and which is horizontal? There's a difference. Vertical line goes like this. Horizontal line goes side to side. So, y and then -2. There's no x in this. I go to my y-axis, and I go to -2, and I make a dot. My line is going to be a horizontal line. But is it solid or dot? It's dotted. So it's a horizontal line, and it's dotted. Am I shading? Look at the symbol. Less than or greater than the line? Does that say greater than or less than, that symbol? Everyone needs to know this by now. Greater than, above, higher. All of here. Yes.
How do you know if it's a vertical or horizontal?
Because on this y at -2, we've seen this before when it was y equals -2. All of the ordered pairs here are like -4, -2. So the y value is -2. 0, -2. So the y value is -2. 3, -2. So the y value is -2. And you never draw the line on top of an axis. So you wouldn't draw it up and down because then you can't even see it. All right, x is less than or equal to 1. This obviously has to be vertical. Go to the x-axis. Go to 1. Make a dot. I have to be able to see this line, so draw it up and down. All the x values. Oh, is it solid or dot? Oh. Solid. And less than the line. Which finger is less than the line? My left or my right? Less than the purple line. What finger? Left. That's less than my left finger. Yep. So, shade. Okay. Oh, the last thing. The shading's not here, you guys. Let me tell you where the shading would be. And actually, bummer. My answer key, I'd have to go find it. Let's just shade here. This one I'm going to shade up here. Please shade it. This one I'm going to shade down here. Please shade like I shaded. Now, my job is to figure out the y equals mx plus b. So, begin with the y-intercept. The y-intercept is obviously right there. What number is that? -3. Now I got to figure out my slope. It's an uphill line, so it's obviously positive. For sure. Faux show. Okay. Now, great. 1x plus 3. I don't know whether it's less than or greater than. Where's my shading? Is my shading less than the line or greater than the line? See above? It's above the line. It's greater than. This is greater than, and it's solid. Is that greater than or equal to or just greater than? It's a solid line. What does solid mean? Look, solid line. Greater than or greater than or equal to? It's got the line underneath it. It's got the line underneath it. That's the or equal to part. And then the y goes there. So I have to start with my y-intercept. Part B. My y-intercept is nothing, 0. But this shading is less than. I'm not going to put plus 0. Well, I guess I will, but I'm not keeping it there. No way. Can you guys tell me, is it less than or greater than? Where is the shading? Less than the line or greater than the line? It's under. Less than. Do I put the slope, duh. What's the slope? I know the lines are so bad, huh? Rise 1, run 1, 2, 3, 1/3. Y is less than 1/3 x. Are you ready for shading on C and D? Yeah, you are. I know you are. You're so excited. Woo! This is the best. Shade it. Shade it here. Match my shading, please. C and D. My y-intercept is where I begin. Wherever it crosses the y-axis. That's 1. What's my slope? It's going downhill, so it's going to be negative. Negative 2x. Negative 2 over 1. Is it solid or dotted? Is my shading greater or less? Is my shading above or below? That's a greater than. And you said it was solid line? That's a line underneath it. And you need the y. Part D. Ooh, it's a straight line. Look back at the previous page. Is that an x something or a y something? Look back at the previous page so you know whether it's x something or y. X something at 1, 2. All my x values are at 3. Over 3 up 1. Over 3 down 2. Over 3 down 5. Over 3 up 4. Over 3. So. But I don't know whether I should do less than or greater than. Where's my shading at? Less than. Do I need a line? Is it dotted? Solid? Do I need a line underneath it? Because it's solid. Or equal to. Excellent job.